And 10. Very powerful magic.
All right, rolling on the left with Grixis Delver, Miracles on the right. That would be Force of Phil Blackman of Eternal Turtles. I feel like it's been a while since we've had a Phil versus Roland match, so this should be interesting. Furman says, will all the games be on YouTube? Not all.
Yep.
Here's Delver of Secrets. And a Ponder for Force of Phil. But as a YouTube member, every single match ever recorded is available for your viewing pleasure. Don't forget. Hit join on YouTube.
Yep.
Hit join, come on. Pew Pew says Frog is insanely busted. Wouldn't be surprised if it gets the axe because of the tempo shell. People are making predictions. Harry Houdini says once Rescaminator gets a ban, it will drop off or shift a bit. That's right. I said ban. People talking about the Frog.
Oh, no.
Yep.
How bad is this?
He says, as I have the 20.
Furman says I have to think about being a member. I mean, wouldn't you want to... Wouldn't you want to be a member? That's what like all the cool people are doing.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I've seen worse. I've seen a lot better though.
Audrey is calling the Frog unbannable. It's too cute.
Interesting.
So a Delver is on the board for Roland. Now Roland resolving a Ponder, the second Ponder of this game. Roland with the Japanese foil version. Phil with the altered extended art version. But both are Lorwyn. It's all happening.
Is it drummer?
We have it all here on 90s MTG, I would say.
2 on 2.
Yeah, just my favorite.
Delirium.
Spite says Frog is completely fine. Harry says, do I get to see all the vids if I'm not a YouTube member and I'm a coffee contributor? There are... I don't want to get into a full membership breakdown right now because it'll take too long. But there are some exclusive stuff for the coffee page. There are some exclusive stuff for the Patreon, some stuff for the YouTube, some stuff for the Twitch. And it all doesn't overlap perfectly. But for all matches ever recorded, that is exclusively a YouTube member thing.
It might have been better.
For now. Tameo on Force of Phil's side. So we've seen in our 90s MTG Discord some discussion about Force of Phil trying out Tameo. And now Tameo has hit the board. I think this is the first time we've seen Tameo hit on Force of Phil's side here on stream. Delver Bobble killer combo happening here. You can check the top of the deck, stack the triggers on upkeep, choose to draw, or reveal first. And make sure that Delver flips. Cracking a fetch, it looks like before draw step, though.
Yeah, I can see why this is going to have to go soon.
Roland, because of Ponder, I believe, knew what the next card on top was and shuffled that away now. Let's see if Roland takes out this Tameo.
I will use this. You know what? Check this out.
Segment.
Yeah.
A lot of text on Tameo because it has two sides, but the Twitch chat can look through that. 03 when it attacks investigate. When you draw your third card, we're going to flip. There is the Psychic Frog. Twitch chat was just discussing the Psychic Frog and whether its life and legacy is in jeopardy. Force of Phil fetching a basic. Now that Roland has a Wasteland on the table. That seems like a safe idea. Insectile Aberration got its first swing in. Taking a swing at Force of Phil.
This is the point of damage, correct? Two?
Yes.
Oh, I have two.
For the Twitch chat live viewers, this is an intense situation. We have two crowd favorites, Roland and Phil, facing off. and the people can't decide which side they're even on at this point. So this is going to be crazy. Tamio attacking. Nope, not attacking.
Yeah. Attacking. Yep.
Oh, we are attacking. All right, making a clue. There's a clue. Mike, thank you for the resub, 17 months, and says, I love 90s MTG. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. You know what? I love it too.
Just flips during for the third card drawn, right? Yep. So you're drawn. This is just representing. This is the clue token.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Can't hurt with these new cards to just give it another read. Phil has, of course, drawn one card so far this turn, the regular draw step draw. The clue could be the second. A third can make it flip. Okay, so we're going to discard Wasteland to Psychic Frog. It looks like Roland's setting up a block. Going to exile 3 cards from the graveyard potentially to jump the frog here. Tamio has flying.
Not planeswalker, which is important.
Monka T has arrived in the chat. What's up, Monka T? With a founder badge.
Before blocks, right?
Okay, before blocks fetching. Don't know.
I got him.
Every Reanimator thing is on.
Lamprey with a question. I have a ton of old cars to sell. Any idea how to sell them? That is a complicated question, especially for 90s stuff, 94, 98. I would say join our Discord server and ask that question there, and you'll get some really good advice. But that's a lot for me to go over right now. All right, so Tamio has died. I'm not sure. Tamio is flying, right? Tamio does have flying, but the frog didn't jump to block it. I'm a little confused what just happened. I guess they missed that Tamio has flying? Or there were 3 cards exiled and I just completely missed that, but I mean, based on my recollection of this game so far, there is not really anything missing from the graveyard. So maybe a little bit of a blunder there by both sides. All right, here's Murktide Regent hitting the stack. Looks like it'll be a 7/7? Or no, a 5/5.
I'm going to cycle in response. Yeah.
Cycling Lorien revealed. There's a Tundra.
I'll pass up for that.
My best guess is that Tamio having flying was just completely forgotten about. This might be a symptom of new cards disease. Just these new cards, sometimes you just forget how they work in the moment.
I think so.
Psychic Frog needs to exile 3 cards from the graveyard to gain flying, so Tamio should not have been able to be blocked there. Unless it died for some other reason that I'm not understanding. But it doesn't look like anything else has happened. Moving on, I guess. So Murktide is a 5/5. Psychic Frog now a 3/4. Insectile Aberration, of course, a 3/2 flyer. It died of sadness like Padme. Oh, man. Deduce. Draw a card, investigate. There's a clue. And Force of Fill scooping it up. I was just confused with that whole Tamio situation. But I think it was just a mistake in the end. Just an error.
So. Yeah, I mean, I want to do the flow bug stuff still because to me it's like just a passion project. Of course, it's going to be ongoing, but
Yeah, I have 17 to 4.
this is like really interesting stuff too because now I can use all the things that I've learned from the advertising side and apply it to a brand that I do care about.
All right.
I'm crazy for this one.
I might be. All right.
Looks like one card on the bottom for Force of Phil. We are ready to go. Basic Island pass. Volcanic Island for Roland.
You do.
Mishra's Bauble takes a look. We didn't get to see it, but Roland did. Cycling Lorien revealed, so the card on top is irrelevant. You've been hanging out with us on stream for a while. You're aware that Roland is usually playing some variety of Delver. Usually. And Phil is playing this Miracles deck. Both players tend to do well at the locals. Roland has posted his list on his Twitter and has posted also in our Discord. Force of Phil's list is posted on his Mox field, also posted in our Discord. All right, another Lorien revealed getting cycled. If you're curious about either of these decks and looking for ongoing lists, there are two players to pay attention to. Force of Phil has been trying to figure out Miracles in the MH3 meta, been experimenting with a few things. We've seen Brain Surge. We've seen a deck with basically just Jace the Mind Sculptor as a win con. I think maybe Entreat the Angels is still making the cut. Triumph of St. Catherine has been cut for now, given its weakness to Grief Reanimate stuff. Not sure what other MH3 cards have made the cut so far for Phil, other than the Tameo we just saw a moment ago.
So I'm getting tricked.
Before you draw, I'm going to switch it.
Okay, before draw, with a Brainstorm on top of the deck, we're going to Swords Insectile Aberration. All right, Roland selecting the Protect Insectile Aberration option here. Force pitching Brazen Borrower. Going to try and keep that clock going. Brainstorm.
I mean, you know my hand.
I was like, I didn't see it for like the first 17 cards.
Looks like Phil's hand has a copy of Terminus. If Phil could get that back on top of the deck, it could be helpful. Not much good in hand.
Trying to set up the brainstorm. And felt like, nah, if he just draws the faster, I'm dead.
I don't know if Phil is still testing Wrath of the Skies. That was a card that Phil was experimenting with at one point. Could be interesting if that card pops up in this game. I don't think we've had anyone get an energy counter on 90s MTG in a long time. I don't remember the last time we've seen an energy counter.
Go up to 8,
So that's something to think about and be excited about.
and then Force puts us even. Right? Did I miss something? Or am I just doing that wrong? I might be just doing that wrong.
So I remember drawing during your upkeep.
Yeah, for sure.
Then came back to my turn. I flipped over the brainstorm. I was at 6 cards.
Yeah, because it's 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, but then you have this plus an additional card.
So I forced during my upkeep going down to 4 cards, and I drew for the turn. Played the
Oh, but I
brainstorm.
mulligan. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you mulligan.
I missed the mulligan.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I was overthinking it. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're just getting up to speed, it seems, on how many cards should be available for both player. Maybe there was some confusion. Delver comes down, but all was good in the end. And Scalding Tarn passed the turn. Mystic Sanctuary, swords on top of the library, counterbalance. This is Monday Night Legacy at Game Storia in New York City.
Attempts at Pyroblast.
Okay, Pyroblast takes out counterbalance. The card was not flashed on screen yet. There it is.
This is my first time playing a paper. I played
All right, Roland reveals a Daze, flips a Delver. Daze made the Cloudpost sideboard, which is sort of interesting. All right, swords on top of the deck. Oh, that was from the Mystic Sanctuary? Yeah, okay. Okay, so maybe counterbalance was on the stack, and then it was pyroblasted. Not as a permanent. I might have missed that.
I kind of want to bring the Elder Strix back. Just a risk. I'll be on Bowmaster's kills. So. This one?
So 2/3/2 flyers on Roland's side. That's a nice clock. But we know that Phil has a swords on top of the deck and a Terminus in hand. And if you've been paying attention to our live streams for the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, you know that Phil is pretty good at getting those Terminus back on top of the library one way or another. So Roland's going to have to hurry up and finish off Phil before Phil can stabilize. And eventually Phil just reaches a point in some of these games where you just can't resolve any spells that Phil doesn't want to resolve or keep any creatures on the board. Mystic Sanctuary chains. All that. All right, putting another creature on the board. Dragon's Rage Channeler this time. Attack for 6. Phil will take it.
I saw this card.
Okay, an accidental view of the top card of the deck. We're just going to shuffle to be safe. This is just a regular REL event. We're just doing a friendly fix here. Misty Rainforest could potentially find a Mystic Sanctuary.
Probably.
Looks like a swords on Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Radar, so I can use
Okay.
There was Delirium, so that's 3 life. Roland's going to fetch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know. Yeah. No, I could have just used it. Then you wouldn't have had a way to. Yeah. I was fully thinking of
All right. A swing puts Phil down to 5. We're almost out of time here. But we are aware that Misty Rainforest can find a Mystic Sanctuary, put swords back on top. We're aware that Phil has the card Terminus in the deck. All right, so we're moving on past the draw step. No Terminus so far. We know Phil has a Terminus in hand. There was a Daze revealed earlier. Not sure where that ended up after all the cantripping. All right, Phil has fetched twice down to 3. 3 life is scary.
It's fine.
Yeah, but if I had some 3 life and I had 2 more, I could reclaim her in 8th in 2020 and I'd have 2 life blocks. I'd be at 4.
Flooded.
Got it.
And as long as I could block your lifelink guy, I'd kill it. Or I could also.
Okay, so the Flooded Strand found a basic plains. Mystic Sanctuary found by the Misty Rainforest.
Yeah.
Give me a trigger. Draw.
Okay, Lorien revealed on top of the deck and hard casting Terminus. Okay, that will resolve. Both Delvers will slide back into their sleeve and go on the bottom of the deck.
Draw. Yep.
One card in hand.
One card left in hand for Force of Fill. A bolt could potentially end the game, and I think Roland just drew one or has one in hand. I can't really tell. There's a bolt.
Take it. No effects. And on 20, I draw a card.
Okay, that is the end of the match. GG's, Lightning Bolt you. Good games. Good games. Okay. Audrey says today we hit 39% meta share for Rescam last month, more than the next 13 most played decks combined. Wow. Wow. Incredible. All right. Let's set up another poll for Twitch chat. Which match next? Options will be Grixis versus Reanimator, or Golgari Depths versus Reanimator. Making a lot of typos, Or Dreadnoughts versus Blue-Black Tempo. Or Blue-Black Tempo versus Jeskai Control. Or Grixis versus Shadow. Two minutes to vote. Lots of blue-black to start the stream. We'll get into some variety later, it looks like. But, lots of blue-black stuff happening. Either way. All right, Twitch chat is voting. Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not yet in the Discord. We also have a Patreon. Go check that out if you're interested in joining the family over on Patreon. Let's see what's going on in the Discord. Okay, following directions. I can't post this in mail day because I drove to pick it up. It was a birthday gift to myself. Okay, correctly posting in the proper channel. That is bling, not mail. Very well done. Very well done. Make sure you do the light test. All right. Pretty neat. 30 seconds to vote. These little creepy cartoons. Creepy. Lots of MH3. I totally forgot about Cast Into the Fire. That card, I completely forgot it existed. Almost out of time, and the poll ended in a tie. Dracula contributed 3,000 channel points. Black-Green Depths versus Reanimator, or Grixis Delver versus Reanimator. Let's have someone with prestigious, big-time badges in the chat tell us what we want to watch, and we'll just go with that. Let's see who answers the call here. Maybe I could see also what Dracula voted for. Not that that will necessarily decide. Harry says whoever Dracula votes for. Okay, so Harry with a big-time gift sub badge wants us to just check what Dracula voted for, and Dracula voted for Black-Green Depths versus Reanimator, and Gizlo says Depths versus Blue-Black, so we're doing that. That seems reasonable. Thank you, everybody. Harry says if you spend the points, you deserve it. Okay. It has been decided. Harry just oversees all this stuff going on in the chat and just like make sure everything's working. So, you know. Okay. Depths versus Blue-Black. Let's do it. Diving in.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, on the left side of your screen is Michael with Depths, and on the right is Omar with Reanimator. I played against Omar in this event and got completely crushed. Flattened. And I'm still upset about it, really. Still upset.
I actually is just like
That's very interesting. I'll give it a try. I'll keep it.
Okay, both players have kept 7. Underground C, past the turn. Maybe we're on Entomb watch here. Urborg. Vexing Bauble. We've been talking a little bit on recent streams how to beat Scam, how to beat Reanimator, all that stuff. These Depths decks, not too bad. Accomplishing that task. All right, end step Brainstorm, no Entomb. Force of Will on the Vexing Bauble. Got that out of the way for now. But the follow-ups from the Depths decks, scary. We know that turn 2 Hex Mage, Dark Depths make a Merit Lage is a thing. All right, Lotus Petal. Bayou. This is Turbo Depths. You can make a Merit Lage very, very fast. Crop Rotation, sack the Bayou.
4 cards in hands? Yeah.
oh pregame.
4 cards in hand from Michael. Does Omar have another Force? Okay, Crop Rotation will resolve. Dark Depths. Dark Depths can tap for black mana thanks to Urborg, which makes it a lot easier to make a Merit Lage. Got 10 ice counters on it. Casting a Hex Mage. Lotus Petal allows Michael to play around Daze. And we're going to make a Merit Lage here. Sacking Hex Mage, remove all the ice counters, sack Dark Depths. There it is, Merit Lage.
Yep.
An Archon of Cruelty could beat it, potentially. Or a Petty Theft. Elvis Spirit Guide. Oh, what is that? I missed what card that was. I think it's the Neon Dynasty. I'm drawing a blank. It got Force of Will, though. Tameo Safekeeping. Thank you.
4 wastelands out here.
2 cards in hand? 2 cards.
Yeah, that's the one. 1 green, target permanent, gains hexproof and indestructible, 2 life. Pretty neat card in these Turbo Depths decks. Can protect not just Merit Lage, but any of your other permanents as well. Brazen Borrower is on an adventure. Pew Pew wondering why that over Legolas's quick reflexes. So you can target your lands, which is kind of neat. I don't know that one's better over the other in this particular build, but maybe the plan is often to like protect from Wasteland or something. All right, Sylvan Scrying. What are we looking for?
Shifting Woodland. Okay.
Shifting Woodland. Pew Pew says, I felt like the split second is just so good. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I was just trying to think of what reason you'd want the Tameo safekeeping. I mean, maybe this deck has both. I don't know. So Psychic Frog is on the board. We're sacking Urborg for some reason. Oh, okay. Playing another Urborg. Using Delirium here. Shifting Woodland. Copy Dark Depths. Make a Merit Lich. All right. In case that happened too fast for anybody, we made some mana with duplicates of Urborg. Shifting Woodland. Copy Dark Depths. And then it sacked itself to make a Merit Lich. It had no ice counters on it.
Give it flying and chump. Yep. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, a Vexing Bauble then, and pass the turn. Entomb on end step. Archon of Cruelty could save Omar here. There it is.
He dead. That's gonna kill the Merit Lich.
Yeah, I have a.
Does Omar have a reanimation spell? My guess is yes. Animate dead. Merit Lich is gone. A lot of life is gained and lost. Pass the turn. I don't think Animate dead, reducing Archon of Cruelty's power by 1 makes much of a difference. Another copy of Dark Depths. Thinking about sacking Bauble.
I'll pass the turn. Untap, draw. Combat. 3. Now I get take 6. Take 6.
It would actually be 5, but this is unlikely to matter. Draw a card. Even making a Merit Lich here does not really save Michael. It needs something else. Playing a Verdant Catacombs. Scooping it up. Omar gets game 1.
Brazen.
It is a 2-0, but
It's 2 now. Okay. So when you are playing Singleton,
All right, Michael will be on the play for game 2. We might see a fast Merit Lich. We might not. Was able to make 2 Merit Liches in that game, and Omar had answers for both. 1 Brazen Bower Petty Theft, and 1 Archon of Cruelty Reanimated. But, can't do that every time. Pad, thank you for the sub with Prime. 4 months. Appreciate that.
I'll keep as well.
Endings. And that's prismatic ending.
Lotus Petal.
Okay, Lotus Petal. Mortuary, Surveil.
I'm gonna take what's it called, Shears.
Urborg into the graveyard, pass the turn.
Just cast a Grief.
Okay, there's crowd favorite Grief pitching Animate Dead. People love this card. Audrey in the chat was telling us that 39% of people in the world are playing Grief right now. It's really crazy.
I'll keep it.
You haven't played open? Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Shifting Woodland, Dark Depths, Verdant Catacombs, Crop Rotation, Abrupt Decay selected. Reanimate Grief, it comes back. Now we will take the crop rotation, maybe. Well, we have a chance to respond here.
Go crop rot.
Okay, we're going to crop rot, sacrificing the mortuary, and that gets dazed. Grief takes nothing. Pass the turn, just a Grief on the board, the only permanent. So it's going to take a while for this Grief to close out the game, and we know that Michael can make Merit Liches very quickly. So this is not over.
Yeah, I go to
11 and then we take 2, go 9.
I go 9.
Got it.
And that is
1 card, right?
1 card. That is my turn.
I'm gonna go to Antidas.
Okay, there's Dark Depths. Pass the turn. Cracking a fetch.
Trigger.
Undercity Sewer, Surveil. Dark Depths is on the board. Scary. Can tap for black mana as well, thanks to Urborg.
3. Play Wasteland as my land for turn.
All right, so Wasteland could protect Omar here a bit. Fetching on end step, the Verdant Catacombs. Maybe gonna find a basic forest. There it is. See, I can predict this stuff. I know. I know what I'm doing. All right, remove a counter from Dark Depths, and now it has 9 ice counters.
Card. Woodland.
Shifting Woodland. Yeah, Harry wondering if I can see the future. Yeah, exactly. Vexing Bauble.
Bubbles. Best turn. Untap, draw. 3. Go ahead.
I'm gonna attack with 2. You're 19? Yes. Yeah, no, I'll attack. It's the trigger of the Warlock.
3 euro. Respond to the Pithing Needle. Or waste the shifting with them.
Responding to Pithing Needle by wasting Shifting Woodland. Respecting the Woodland here. Dark Depths is on the table. Needle would likely have named Wasteland.
Okay. Needle results. I will name Wasteland.
Okay, Needle will still name Wasteland. Shifting Woodland floated a green. Gonna sack Vexing Bauble here to draw a card.
Spittle. Floating green. I'll just remove a counter.
Using the floating green to remove a counter from Dark Depths. Or maybe not. Okay, I guess we got to never mind on that.
Go ahead.
Grief puts Michael down to 4, so 2 turns left on the clock, potentially. Needle is on Wasteland. Oh, the floating mana we used to crack the bauble? Okay, I missed that. Thank you, Joey.
3. I will. Second. Ponder. Yep.
I'll pass.
Stack like this and draw.
Bound it, that's fine.
Land for turn. Go ahead.
Got it. Put this in hand.
Yep.
Down to 1 life. Can't fetch. Dark Depths on the board with 9 ice counters. Not going to be able to remove all those, obviously, in the fair way. Attacking with Grief. Let's see.
I will activate Talons from hand, put it into play.
Okay, Talon Gates of Madara coming into play here, and looks like we're going to phase out Grief. 4 mana puts it into play from your hand. When it ETBs, target creature phases out. Phasing, everybody.
Is fine. So
Yeah, phase it out. Yeah.
The Mirage set had so many mistakes.
okay.
Second main.
Second main. Some cards. Go ahead.
Return. I will. Cut this for 1. So Spirit Guide. Crop rotation on the Talons.
Okay, sacking Talon Gates to crop rotation and force pitching Atraxa on that. So it looks like now Michael needs a good draw. Grief has Menace, which is annoying. That is the match. Grief would come back and swing for the kill. I don't believe phasing. Yeah, phasing does not affect Summoning Sickness. So GG's. Omar gets it. Well played. I like that little hand motion at the end. Why didn't MH3 bring back banding? Asks over. They don't know what they're doing. Okay? They have no. I know how to make a game. The people that make the Magic cards at Wizards do not. They don't. Banding should have been the main mechanic of the set. Chili says they fixed Necropotence, improved Psychotog, but totally ignored banding. Yet, Chili, we're on the same page here. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. They're wandering in the dark. They don't know as well as us. All right, let's send some of you on an ad break. Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. We also have a Patreon. Join our Patreon. Unlock a bunch of cool perks, including in the Discord. Harry says, I think they should just pack it in. Enough is enough. Yeah, I think so, Harry. I think so. I'm this close to selling my collection and becoming a Lorcana grinder. The only thing stopping me is that I don't even know. I couldn't come up with something. When jokes go bad. Couldn't think of a punchline in time. Harry says Lorcana sucks. No. Lorcana, you see, Lorcana, they're getting it all right. Okay? There's no grief in Lorcana. There's no universes beyond in Lorcana. There's no there's no Modern Horizons in Lorcana. Bloomborough, looking pretty cool. They brought back classes. I liked classes. I don't think I've ever even played a class card before in my life, but I am down with all of it. I'm down. Gizla says Lorcana is old border only. Exactly. There are no modern borders with Lorcana. It's all OG. Every card you get is in the OG frame. Curly says you can't do content creation with Lorcana. The mouse will come after you. Yeah, that's a big concern. Proven says I heard One Piece is the TCG to get into. I don't know much about One Piece at all, but I know it's popular. That's all I know. All right, let's set up a poll for Twitch chat. Which match next? People will vote. Options will be Grixis Delver versus Death Shadow, or Grixis Delver versus Mono Black Aggro, or Grixis versus Reanimator, Ninjas versus Bug Beanstalk, or Cradle Control versus Shadow. 2 minutes to vote. Monka just gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Monka. 57 now on the channel for Monka T. Thanks, Monka T. Appreciate that. I'm sure the people receiving the subs appreciate it as well. No breakfast in the queue. Not right now. I think we've cleaned out all the breakfast. But we do have some cool stuff left. All right, votes are coming in. looks pretty decided one way or another so far, but people do try to rig these polls, so we'll see. All right, I voted in this poll. I have one that I'd like to watch, but I won't say which one it is. Monka says, happy birthday, Chris. Thank you, Monka. It is my birthday this week. And Monka now with a 50 gift sub badge and a founder badge. 50 months sub, 50 gift subs. Monka has it all. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Maybe I should have a big birthday party. All right, almost out of time on this poll. Less than 30 seconds. People are voting. People are trying to rig it. Almost out of time. Moments left. And out of time. Squeller contributed 800 channel points. Ninjas versus Bug. Let's do it. Birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese's. Yeah. Oh, boy. That can't be good. Let's set this up. Diving in. All right, joining on the left, we have Ninjas. That would be Evan. And on the right, we have Sultai Beanstalk. That would be Ed. Looks like we're thinking about mulligans, deciding on mulligans.
Island. Ornithopter. Brainstorm.
Okay, double Ornithopter and then a Brainstorm. Monka suggesting we get delicious hot pepperoni pizza from Chuck E. Cheese delivered wherever my birthday party is. I'll think about it. Maybe.
Go ahead.
All right, so why Ornithopter? Ornithopter attacks, then you can ninjutsu in a ninja. Daze on Ponder. Okay. Okay. Just holding back the Ornithopters this time. Basic Island pass. Polluted Delta getting cracked. Squeller says, not sure when you turn 41, but interesting fact is Danny Glover was 41 when he first said, and this is a line from Lethal Weapon, I'm too old for this, SH. I am turning 41 in August and we'll be having a I'm too old for this birthday party. You know what? That's awesome. That's awesome.
Excellent. No block.
Up the Beanstalk on the board, Ornithopter, no blocks. Let's see what we got.
I'm gonna play this as a land.
Nothing. Playing Soporific Springs, the reverse side of Sink into Stupor, as a blue land on the board.
Yep.
Brainstorm. Two kill spells. Yep. Rock. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and take the frog.
Sink into Stupor, seeing some play in Legacy. People adding it as a one of to a lot of blue decks. Neat card. I love these modal double face cards that with a land on one side. I think they're great for the game.
I'm gonna try to waste that.
Okay, wasting the Soporific Springs, throwing it in the trash. Doesn't even flip it back to the front side. Wow. That seems like a misplay.
At least for a second. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, a ponder for Evan, who could also be trying to turn these Thopters into 4/4 constructs using Retrofitter Foundry. Another fun thing you could do with Ornithopter in this deck. It is a Thopter. Gizlo says Chris secretly wishes this was Lorcana. You know, with each passing day, every time I look at the data from the Legacy Championship of MTGO, I want this to be Lorcana more and more. You know.
The 18. Still no.
Up the Beanstalk, number 2. An Underground Sea, pass the turn, so Ed's setting up some big spells for later, potentially. Brainstorm. Ed's been struggling to make land drops. Force of Will on the Brainstorm. Pitching Brainstorm. Okay. Drawing 2 cards. Ed looking for land. I like the brainstorm, the Force of Will draw 2 in that spot. Another Brainstorm for Evan. Bowlmaster in response. And that's getting a scoop. Evan could not find a second land. All right. Ed takes game 1. Evan will be on the play for game 2. So not a great showing at all from Ninjas there in game 1.
Okay.
It's safe to say that was a lousy game.
Discard and sack, right? Yeah, you discard and sack. Yep. And then I told and then I'll pass turn. Yep.
All right, drawing up hands for game 2. Looks like a mulligan has been taken by Ed. 1 card going on the bottom. Roberts has arrived in the chat.
What am I seeing?
Prismatic Vista getting cracked to start the game.
Yeah, that was weird. Just
We do not have this Ninjas list posted, I don't believe. That is a Changeling Outcast.
I go to 17. Yeah, because I gained 3 off of the R. Thank you. Didn't write that down.
All right, fetching up Underground Sea. Changeling Outcast. It's a Changeling, so it is a Ninja. It is a Thopter. It's everything. All right, it gets Fatal Pushed. It's an Outlaw.
Trigger.
Go ahead.
On the stack.
What's the weirdest creature type that Changelings are these days? Included in their list of creature types. What's the weirdest one?
Okay. So trigger. Yep. You go to 12.
Go to combat.
I go to 20.
Okay, attacking with the Ornithopter.
Ninjutsu, Yuriko, the Tiger Shadow.
All right, that is your Yuriko, and we're going to reveal a card off the top. It is Delthy Voidwalker. So Yuriko gets in a hit after Commander Ninjutsu ability puts it on the board. Ornithopter replayed.
Roll this one.
Now a Brainstorm for Ed. Gonna look for a way to stop Yuriko from getting out of hand here. The Ninjas deck. Yuriko is just so good in the Ninjas deck. It's one of the best cards, one of the best ninjas. All right, here's Wasteland. Nothing to hit with it as of right now.
You have how many in hand?
Oh, 4.
Try to pay 4 life.
Okay, Dismember targeting Yuriko, and it's down. Yuriko is a 1/3, so can't survive that. Christmas liking the unglued lands. Yeah, the unglued lands are still really neat. They've aged well, I feel like. They look great.
Here we go.
All right, that is another Yuriko Commander Ninjutsu. Murderous Cut. Exile my graveyard. Trying to hit this Yuriko that just ninjutsu'd itself on the board, and that will resolve. Yuriko down. Another Ornithopter. Okay, another Brainstorm for Ed. Managed to get the second Yuriko before it even was able to deal any combat damage, which is great. Still plenty of life at 12, but the hits from Yuriko can really add up. Evan's Yurikos and several other ninjas in the deck are all altered. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I have the alter artist on Instagram, and can post that if someone reminds me later in the comments or whatever, or in the Discord. That was Soporific Springs again, the reverse side of Sink Into Stupor. Here's Boggart Trawler, attempting to Bajuka Bug.
I was like, wow, that card's good.
Graveyard.
Domes me.
What level are you?
All right, exiles the 2 cards in Ed's graveyard. They are gone. Pass the turn. Boggart Trawler is a 3/1. Another awesome card from Modern Horizons 3, the Boggart Trawler. I played it a little bit in Goblins since MA3 has been out. Played Goblins for like a week and a half or something, and then I moved on to other things. Wasn't really liking the list I was playing that much. Felt a little weak. What is the other ninja this deck plays? So it has Ingenious Infiltrator still. Satoru the Infiltrator from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Here's Leovold, one of my favorite legacy cards of all time. This card doesn't get enough love. I was like weirdly hoping it would be in one of the Modern Horizons sets so it can be added to Modern. I just really like Leovold. I know it's not that popular amongst some other players, but I like the card a lot. All right, so Ornithopter and Boggart Trawler attacking. Leovold can think about blocking the Trawler, but looks like there's no blocks, no ninjutsu, and just take 3. That's a Changeling Outcast again. Changeling 1/1. Every creature type, including sand. As Twitch chat pointed out earlier. I didn't know sand was a creature type. I guess it is now. Oh, yeah, there's like sand tokens or something, right? Yeah. There's probably other ones, but... Ooh, Pernicious Deed. That's not too bad at all. Leovold attacking. Changeling Outcast cannot be blocked and can't block. Yeah, Nadu has kind of outclassed Leovold, maybe.
Ready? Yep. Swamp. Outcast. Go.
Combat.
No blocks.
Okay, attacking with Changeling Outcast and Boggart Trawler. There's going to be no blocks. Can pop Pernicious Deed, potentially. Kill Ornithopter and Changeling Outcast. Boggart Trawler would survive. It has mana value 3.
And then I'll take 3 off the Trawler.
Go ahead.
Carpet of Flowers. That would be able to add 2 mana. Saw Perfect Springs, not an island.
I'll move the second main.
Sure.
I'm gonna add 3 blue.
Okay.
I'll use 1 for a brainstorm.
I think Ed said I'll add 3 blue. I might have misheard, but there's only 2 islands on the other side of the board. Either way, we're using 1 mana to brainstorm.
Cards left? 3? Okay. Go ahead. Yep. And
Funny thing, the phone with the life totals on it is like just in the right spot that it's not getting the reflection from the overhead lamps, and I just... What a relief, right?
One. Don't worry.
go ahead.
Things are going well today. Still working on this brainstorm, so there should only be 1 blue mana floating. Maybe there are 2. Who knows? Leovold on the board, making it hard for Evan to cantrip. Evan looks like there are a few cards in hand. Looks like there's a Psychic Frog in the mix. Can't quite decide what to do here, maybe. Okay, 2 cards go back on top.
And
Got 2 blue.
Yep, I use 1 blue
pass.
and 1 black to cast
That goes to exile.
1 token creature.
Okay, so there's a Shieldred's Edict. Both players in agreement that there was 2 blue mana floating before this, so now there is 1 blue mana floating. There should be 0 now, but it looks like it's unlikely to matter. Leovold attacking. That'll put Evan down to 10. No harm done, I guess. Wait, wasn't that second main? I don't know. Force pitching Psychic Frog to stop this Brazen Borrower, so Ed will go down to 4. Some stuff happened out of order in that turn and maybe was forgotten about, but it's fine. Okay, this is
This one, whenever I need to.
I can draw a card, right?
Yeah.
Ingenious Infiltrator.
Match up.
Pass.
7.
I'll pass. Actually, sorry. Second main phase, I'm gonna make 3. Oh, 2. Sorry.
Yes.
Let's go 2 black.
Okay, this time we got the count right on carpet. Leovold attacked. Maybe we're summoning a Murktide here? We added 2 black to the pool.
3, 4, sorry. Did that correctly? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I'm gonna try to murder a Snout.
That's good.
And then I'll pass through.
Joey says, does carpet trigger in both main phases? You can only use it once per turn, but yeah, it's a once per turn thing at the beginning of a main phase. Back to Basics comes in. Nothing tapped down. Attacked with Leovold.
Add 2. I'll do blue.
Sure.
Here it is, folks. Murktide Regent. It's on the watch list. And I don't know. It's just terrorizing everybody. That is the match. Ed gets it. GG's. Not a great showing for Ninjas in that one, unfortunately. GG's. 2-minute break here. Don't go anywhere. Short intermission. All right, everybody, I am back. Thanks for waiting up for me. We will set up another poll momentarily for the chat to vote for which match we will watch next. Discord is up on your screen. Join our Discord if you're not in our Discord. We have mail day stuff happening. We have people picking up bling. Of all kinds. We have people finding video games. We have spoiler discussion happening. It's all happening in the Discord. So join the Discord. Okay, let's set up another poll for Twitch chat to decide which match we will watch next. Options will be Cradle Control versus Shadow, Death Shadow, or Grixis Delver Mirror, or Mono Black, Aggro versus Cloudpost. Don't know if we've ever had that matchup before. Not sure. Or Blue Black Tempo versus Ruby Storm. or Dreadnought versus blue-black. 2 minutes. Get your votes in. Twitch chat will vote for which match we have next. And these polls are often rigged by people using channel points. So that's something to watch out for if you have a selection. What else to go over today? I think not a lot going on in the news. I guess the Bloomborough spoilers are dropping here, and I gotta say I really like how this set looks. Bloomborough looks awesome to me. I mean, there's just something special about Bloomborough, I'm feeling, as of right now. Seems like it's going to be a hit. I like how it looks. I get excited for new Magic cards. I don't know about everybody else. I know there's people out there with product fatigue. But I could look at spoilers like every day. I like looking at new Magic cards. But maybe it's just me. Audrey says it's a soothing balm for our grieving hearts. Yeah. Yeah. 30 seconds. Joey says, I love spoiler season. Yeah, I mean, I just love Magic cards. Show me all the Magic cards. New Magic cards, old Magic cards that look like nothing we've ever seen before, Magic cards with other IPs on them. I'm down for it all. I'm down. Mono Black versus Cloudpost up next. Dracula, who's rigged a few polls today, contributed 800 channel points. Let's set this up. This should be interesting. I don't know if we've ever seen Mono Black versus Cloudpost specifically on 90s MTG. I just don't remember that ever happening. Heavy Metal is here and says, my first channel vote since joining. Thank you, Heavy Metal. Does New York have Nantuko Elves players? What does Nantuko Elves mean? Diving in.
Probably not going to beat that. There you go.
All right, we're resolving die rolls here. On the left side of your screen, we have Audrey with Mono Black. Mono Black build. I'm not really sure what's in it. Maybe nobody is. Jack on the right with Cloudpost making Jack's 90. This is Jack's 90s MTG debut. So round of applause for Jack. We consistently have new people showing up on stream and at the events and the whole thing. So it's all working. All right, looks like Audrey has taken a mulligan. Maddie says, I think my one match on the channel was Mono Black versus Cloudpost, but that was way before MH3. Okay, so maybe we've seen it before. Maybe we've seen this matchup before. I might be wrong. Someone check the entire archive and let us know. Audrey says we also had a new Ruby Storm player. Yeah, I played against the new Ruby Storm player. It seems like a bunch of new Legacy players are picking up Ruby Storm for one reason or another. They either like the deck, they had all the cards already, whatever. It also translates to modern skill, port swell to modern. Yeah, it's cheap, on the cheaper side as far as Legacy decks. Ruby Storm looks like a great place to start. Speaking of great places to start, is Audrey going to keep this hand? It's kind of a Bloomborough looking mat on Jack's side, right? It kind of has Bloomborough vibes. All right, we have kept hands. One card on the bottom, a mold of 6 for Audrey. 7 cards in hand for Jack. We're starting off with Ancient Tomb, Grief Pitching Bowmaster. Let's take a look.
Wow.
The hand is revealed. Planner Nexus, Forest, Vexing Bauble, 3 crop rotations, and looks like Karn the Great Creator.
What is difficult from here? None of these. I have 3 of these, so it's gonna whatever. Is Karn the problem? Karn could be the problem. Let's take the Karn.
Okay, Karn the Great Creator is discarded. Karn can often be a problem. Lava Spur Boots, and then a Swamp Cycle. Okay. Very interesting. Cloudpost hot in Legacy these days as well. Jukabog, okay, that's a good first turn play. That was not in hand. That must have been a card drawn. Unless I missed it.
Take 2. Barrel Life.
Yeah.
Barrogoyf. Okay. Okay. We got the MH3 Commander set cards all over the place in this game so far. Barrogoyf hits. Death Touch, Lifelink. Power equal to the number of cards in all graveyards. Card types, not cards. In all graveyards, and his toughness equal to that number +1. So it's different than Nethergoyf. Works more like Tarmogoyf. And also has a whenever it deals combat damage to a player ability, mill that many cards. If you do, put a creature card from among them into your hand. Planner Nexus gets played. It is a Locust. It is an Urzas. It is a mine. It is a power plant. It is a tower. Very exciting.
Combat?
Yeah.
1. Trigger. Oh, maybe 1. So that's okay.
Okay, Soulgun Lantern milled after Barrogoyf hits for 1. There was only a Planeswalker in the yard at that point. And another Barrogoyf. Okay. This is going to get interesting. All right, so we're adding a mana here. Crop rotation, sacking Bajukabog. The number of types has grown to 4. So 4 power on these Barrogoyfs right now. A little scary. These Cloudpost decks tend to be able to take a beating in the early game and then lock down the situation and start casting some gigantic spells. A lot of MH3 cards have been added to the Cloudpost deck. We'll likely just describe the situation as this all plays out. All right, well, before I can get to it, the One Ring comes in, and this is a key part of the stabilizing part of the deck. Cloudpost can kind of chain One Rings and... All right, Lava Spur Boots getting equipped here. No combat damage will be dealt, so no attack. One Ring does its damage to Jack. 1 burden counter. Looks like Jack's holding a copy of Disruptor Flute, another new card from MH3. Can protect the Locusts from Wasteland, potentially. Can also potentially name Urza Saga here. And draw a card off the One Ring.
These are 4/5s, are they?
This is a 5/5, this is a 4/5.
Oh, because of, yeah.
There are 4 types.
Yeah.
There are 4 types currently. That's the yellow die in the center of the screen. Dewa says, what MH3 cards do you think have the most impact on the format so far? I mean, Psychic Frog, huge for Legacy as of right now. Okay, crop rotation second is Forest. After that, like, what would even be the top 5? Tameo is in the mix, I would say. There's Urza's Tower. So it sees Planner Nexus as both mine and power plant, so Urza's Tower can tap for 3. Planner Nexus is the top card from MH3, from the Commander decks. Okay, I'm blanking right now as I'm trying to give play-by-play and also describe the MH3 impact. So Psychic Frog, Planar Nexus, Tameo, Nadu has made an impact for sure. There's a bunch. But those are the big ones. I might have missed some. Oh, there's a bunch of Eldrazi stuff. Yeah, so anyway, Urza's Tower, excuse me, can tap for 3 because it sees an Urza's, a mine, and a power plant on the board with Planar Nexus. Okay, so exiling exiling an Elvish Spirit Guide, making 3 mana with Tower, sacking it to crop rotation. That's going to resolve, and we're searching for a land. It will be a Cloudpost. We're going to make a lot of mana here. Cloudpost still enters tapped. Now the other Cloudpost... Okay, playing a Cloudpost from hand. So now the other Cloudpost can tap for 4.
So this taps for 4. They have 3 floating. 4 for Karn.
Not 3 floating.
Okay, Karn with 3 floating now. Okay. Okay, moving some dice around. So Karn the Great Creator hits. Looking for bridge.
I'm going to play Ensnaring Bridge. Okay.
And now Ensnaring Bridge will hit the table. End of Exing Bauble. Pass the turn. All right, so we're seeing some of the lock the board down stuff from the Cloudpost deck happening here. The Karn the Great Creator fetched up an Ensnaring Bridge, put that on the board. It looks like there are less cards in hand than the power of these Goyfs, so they will be hanging back. Urza's Saga has ticked up to 2, so can potentially start making constructs, but Robert's asking a big question in the chat. Can Mono Black beat a bridge? You know, that's a good question. What ways could there possibly be for Audrey to beat this bridge? I'm not sure.
I'm just passing through. Yeah, just like I'm not like.
I'll play Cloudpost. I will minus Karn. Good.
Okay, minusing Karn once again. And looks like Mycosynth Lattice has been selected. It will be Mycosynth Lattice.
These tap for 5 each. Yeah. I'll pay 5. Play Karn.
Yes.
I have 1 floating colorless, yeah. 5. Let's play Mycosynth Lattice.
Okay, responding to Mycosynth Lattice by making a construct. And Karn plus Mycosynth Lattice, pretty nasty.
Okay, Mycosynth Lattice is in.
Can I just look at this as like
I have these.
my first thing.
I have 6 mana, is that then?
5, 6.
Okay.
So for anyone not familiar or never seen Karn the Great Creator plus Mycosynth Lattice before, Mycosynth Lattice reads all permanents or artifacts in addition to the other types. And everything becomes colorless. All cards, no matter what zone they're in. Players may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. And then with Karn the Great Creator, That means Audrey can't even tap his lands for mana. They can't use their activated abilities. So it basically just locks your opponent down completely. Here's Disruptor Flute.
I'm gonna name Urza's Saga. And I'm gonna pay a Walking Ballista X equals 2.
Okay, and then the Disruptor Flute naming Urza's Saga. Unlikely to matter much. Walking Ballista X is 2. I mean... Okay, second Walking Ballista kill the construct. Okay. Urza's Saga will tick up. It cannot tap for mana. It cannot make a construct. It cannot really do anything except sack and search here. That part still works. As it's not an activated ability. So let's see what Audrey finds.
That's crazy.
Okay, Audrey scoops it up. Cloudpost takes game 1. Completely locked down. Well, that gave everybody a taste of what can happen when you play against these Cloudpost decks. I mean, this particular build, Karn, find Ensnaring Bridge, then the following turn find Lattice, and you are just locked completely down if you don't have an immediate response. Usually. Very hard to break out of that lock.
No, I saw he saw him and just whiffed. I was like, oof.
Was the construct bigger than 2? I only remember seeing lava coil boots, lava spur boots on the board. Was there another artifact? If there was, I missed it. All right, 1 card on the bottom. Oh, right, because of Lattice. That's so true. Great catch by Distinction in the chat. The Michael Synth Lattice made the construct enormous. All right, Grief, Reanimate stuff happening here. Karn and the One Ring are gone. The hand still has a Glimmerpost, Cloudpost, and some other stuff.
Go ahead.
Great catch by Distinction. See, that's why we need the chat. All right, Thoughtseize, we'll get a look at the hand. Force of Vigor is selected. Urza's Tower, Cloudpost in hand. Maze of Ith does its thing.
Go ahead.
There's a Barrogoyf. Barrogoyf back again. Very cool card. I like seeing the Barrogoyf getting some play. That is a Glimmerpost. Gain some life.
Go ahead.
That's another key part of the Cloudpost deck, stabilizing. They gain a whole bunch of life from these Glimmerposts. Copy Glimmerposts sometimes. And all right, another Barrogoyf. So 3 creatures on the board now. 2 Barrogoyfs and a Grief. 1 Maze of Ith isn't enough. So gonna need more than just Maze of Ith to lock down this board. But we still have some time at 19 life. Jukabog, target myself. Okay, maybe protecting against Surgical Extraction. Urza's Tower still in hand. Bloodstained Mire getting cracked. That has a type. And also exiling his own graveyard affected the numbers for Barrogoyf. Worth pointing out. So smart play there.
Combat. Three of these.
Yeah, it's what? Those are 2 3s, and that's a 3/2. But they have, when they exile...
I mill as much as the power, and then I can grab them.
I'll mill one of those in there.
Yeah. You take 5.
Okay, so going to take 5. Trigger from the Barrogoyf. Troll of Khazad-dûm goes to hand. Nope, we're just going to leave it there.
So he can stay. So there are 4 5s.
Yeah.
Dark Ritual?
Yeah.
Necro Dominance.
Necro Dominance.
Yeah.
Also 7. Go to discard.
Okay, I accidentally put Necropotence up on the screen. I got excited. Necro Dominance. Necro Dominance, new card from MH3. This might be the first time we're seeing Necro Dominance on stream. I don't remember if we've ever seen Necro Dominance on stream before. This might be the debut.
Thanks.
So the Barrowglyphs now have 4 power, indicated by the yellow die in the middle of the table. Urza's Tower gets played. It does not see any of its friends right now. No Planar Nexus on the board.
Yeah.
Nothing for you. So
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Passing the turn, Audrey is at 4. Bowmaster.
Yeah.
and you.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big attack. Wasteland on Mazavith, if Wasteland is in the deck, ends the game. Potentially.
Upkeep, skip my draw step.
Yeah.
I will move to combat.
Yep, no draw step with Necrodominance on the battlefield. Attacking with everybody. Alright, Mazavith untaps one of the Barrowglyphs.
I'll get 4. Should I go for this?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, a whole bunch of stuff thrown in the trash there. Not sure what that first creature was. Is that Turok? Dread Canner? A Grief is selected. The rest of the stuff will stay in exile. Or is this Saga? It was Turok. I was right. Grief. Disruptor Flute, Crop Rotation, Force of Vigor. Not much to be concerned about. Crop Rotation taken. Necrodominance trigger now. Gonna go to 2, draw 2.
All right, next game.
All right, we're going to game 3. Audrey takes one. Managed to Necrodominance his way to victory there. MH3, folks. MH3. They didn't even test these cards, right?
Yeah, I never played with a a Karn board. It's like you only really have like such a small sideboard at the end of it.
Yep.
All right, so Jack will be on the play. Audrey is putting 1 card on the bottom, it looks like, from a mulligan. Maybe not. Okay, Audrey has mulligan to 6, and we are ready to go. Jack is on the play. And Planar Nexus passed the turn. Planar Nexus, such a cool card. Inspired by an Unfinity card. Wow. Marsh Flats.
5 cards, I have here.
Oh, did I forget to put one back after mowing?
Probably.
I think I forgot to put one back after mowing.
Put one out now.
Put one back now.
Okay, so a delayed mulligan for Jack. Just a small mistake there. This is Monday Night Legacy. Not a big deal. Just a friendly fix. But Jack will be fined $300.
Phantom?
And we'll be submitting this match to the DCI for review. Dark Ritual, Grief, hard casting it. Let's see what we got. The One Ring, Sowing Mycospawn, Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, Urza's Tower, and Forest. Urza's Tower will see Planar Nexus as both of its friends, so it can tap for 3 mana next turn, potentially. But the One Ring in the trash.
Understand what's happening over there.
So much.
Tabernacle?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, playing Tabernacle. Grief will have to be paid for.
What is magic in?
A swap and a grape and a tabernacle.
Look. Yeah, relax. I'm doing what I can here, okay? It's like it's lands on steroids.
One ring in the grave.
Thoughtseize. Sowing Mika spawn. It is selected. And it will find its way to the trash. Grief attacks.
Once upon a time? Whoever heard of a turn 3 once upon a turn 2?
My friend.
All right, there's people commentating on the sidelines, I guess. Yeah, turn 3, Once Upon a Time for free. I dig it. I'm a Once Upon a Time fan, as most of you already know.
Really hope I get dodged and murdered.
It seems like you're
Down exactly right. And I was like, oh, that's good.
There's a good job.
Is it side tower? Okay.
Okay, Urza's Tower is found. There is an Urza's Tower. Pass the turn. Grief will have to be paid for. Tabernacle triggers happening. Grief attacks. Pass the turn. Magic Ads, thank you for the resub. 4 months. Appreciate that.
I'll waste the 2.
I'll take 2.
Okay, a Bowmaster in response to the Wasteland. And pass the turn. Orc Army goes away. Pay for both.
Well, that's
Grief plus Bowmaster is a clock.
Yeah, no, there's literally just too many. And now the Booker whatever is starting.
Well, Assassin's Creed just released.
All right, so lots of mana. Urza's Tower can each tap for 3. Nothing to do with it yet. Down to 5.
Yeah, sure. And Karn, the Great Creator.
Okay, Pithing Needle naming Karn the Great Creator, which was a big hit here. Glimmer Post. It's going to gain 2 life.
Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. They should have a future type nuisance and all the annoying creatures just get nuisance as their class.
Yep.
Yeah, elemental
Ritual.
nuisance.
Yep.
Barrow Goyf. That is the match. Audrey gets it. Mono Black fans rejoice. Cloudpost down. Cloudpost down. Violent Outburst says, I got asked to not play Grief this weekend, so I want to play a Nadu deck. What sounds better, Nadu Poison or Nadu Stoneblade? What the heck is going on with Nadu Poison? How does that work? Is there a Rad Storm in there? Robert says Poison. If there's no Rad Storm, I don't want to hear about it. Fallout cards only. For me personally. Okay. Let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat. Which match next? Twitch chat will vote. Cradle Control versus Shadow, or Dreadnought versus Blue-Black, or Blue-Black versus Ruby Storm, or Reanimator versus Grixis, or Bant Control versus blue-black tempo. 2 minutes. Lots of blue-black. Score data, excited to hear the Rad Storm. Yeah, it's just, like, I'm tired of playing Rad Storm mirrors. It's either Rad Storm Energy combo or Rad Storm Poison combo. Rad Storm, add a whole bunch of counters to my Jace the Mind Sculptor and ultimate you. It's crazy. It's crazy out there, folks. All right, lots of votes coming in the poll. People will try to rig this thing, so be on the lookout for that. Looks like a pretty even poll so far. There might be some rigging. I voted in this poll. I do get 1 vote. I can't rig it. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. Score data says, I thinking Radstorm has to be banned before Grief. It's just too oppressive when you get 19 counters on Chalice. Yeah, the Radstorm stuff is just out of control. It's really crazy. And nobody's talking about it. You only hear about it here on 90s MTG. Almost out of time. People are rigging this poll like crazy. Whole bunch of sketchy votes coming in. And the poll has been completed. Completely rigged. Cradle Control versus Shadow. Roberts contributed 3,600 channel points. Magic Ad says, I think we only hear about it here because I can at least say in our LGSs there hasn't been anyone playing it. Yeah. Yeah. Just wait until the Fallout set hits your meta. See how you like it. It's crazy. All right. Let's set this up. Cradle Control versus Shadow. Should be interesting. Diving in. Cradle Control on the left. That would be Steven. And on the right, we have Death Shadow. That would be Herman. Getting ready to go. Both players kept 7. Misty Rainforest to start us off. Nothing else. Steven likes switching decks, keeping us all on our toes. Elvish Reclaimer.
That's
awesome.
You're watching our channel. We've seen Steven pop up a few times playing a few different decks. Painter, Lands, Cradle, Maverick, Grixis Delver, Energy Radstorm combo, Dismember.
It's dead. And untap. Sure.
All right, cracking a fetch. Psychic Frog. Psychic Frog has made its impact on Legacy for sure. We're feeling it. People trying to adjust their sideboards and main decks to beat the Frog. Magic Ad says, love the beta Purple Island. Yeah. Herman's been playing this game for quite a while. Much like myself. New York City kids jamming on the playground floors kind of thing. All right, White of the Reliquary gets dazed. I wanted to see the white resolve. Come on, Herman. God. I'm a fan of the white. Discarding a card, growing the frog. The frog is so powerful. Attacking for 2.
Force of 17.
Robert's rooting for Steven, it sounds like.
Dragon.
Here's Murktide Regent. Is it on the watch list? Oh, this card is... we're suffering here. It's an emergency.
Oh, okay. Sure.
What percent of decks have Murktide now? There's a rumor that people are running Murktide and Death and Taxes now.
Solitude?
Got an Nantuko.
Okay, here is the Nantuko.
Against Reanimator?
Get a bind, make another bug.
Okay, so you have 2 bugs.
And then,
Hey, switch the buff? So this is a 4-drop, right? So you were...
Just trying to get that text up on the screen. Spring Heart Nantuko.
thank you, you did the pain.
Yep. I got you on the life.
Making some insects.
You have 3 power. Okay. Combat. Attack.
Swing with the frog, swinging with the Murktide. Puglia says, been watching the YouTube vids. Thank you. Where is the LGS location? The game we are watching right now is at Bifrost Games in Manhattan, here in New York City.
7.
Also on this channel, we'll see matches at Game Storia over in Queens, across the East River. Hudson River is on the other side of Manhattan. All right, Reanimate. Second frog.
Down to 17.
Yep.
So Springheart Nantuko, Ignoble Hierarch, now a Green Sun X's2. What are we looking for?
Target.
It will be White of the Reliquary. We'll see this card do its thing. Magic Ads just gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Magic Ads. Really appreciate that. 59 now on the channel for Magic Ads. Climbing the leaderboard. And we just reached our sub goal of 340. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. All right, let's set a new sub goal. Twitch wants us to set a new goal. What will it be? Wow. Discarding some cards, discarding some lands to grow the Psychic Frogs.
Get that flying. Dragons. For combat.
Go to...
Exiling cards from the graveyard with the frog grows the Murktide. Big attack. That is the game. Game 1 goes to Shadow.
Oh, okay. Block. Do 4 damage. Try to get over. Check. Okay. Take 3. Go to 6. Go.
So, upon resolution,
Okay.
they'll do 6.
Yep.
All right, we've kept 7 on both sides. Burning Catacombs. Green Sun Zenith. Likely looking for the Dryad Arbor. Want to take a moment. We just hit a sub goal at the end of game 1. I'm so thankful we have a community hanging out here on 90s MTG who finds the work I'm doing to be valuable and worth them buying a membership and the whole thing. Whether you hit join on our YouTube channel or our coffee page or Patreon or subscribe for free on with Amazon Prime here on Twitch. Thank you, everybody, for contributing so I can keep this thing going, so we can keep this thing going. And I don't know. Thanks, everybody that's joined. I couldn't do it without the members. Without the members, if you all canceled your memberships, we'd have to cancel the whole thing. So Springheart and Tuco on Dryad Arbor. The bestow mechanic, everybody.
Yep. Those are all the things I can do this turn. These things are drop.
Tamio on the board on Herman's side. Tamio seeing some play.
3. Watch out. 3. Alright, well, I'm gonna get a clue. I'm gonna go ahead and waste the arbor.
Okay, Dryad Arbor getting wasted. Bestow allows Springheart and Tuco to stick around. Not your average aura. Something a little bit more special. There's a clue created by Tamio, Inquisitive Scholar. Looks like Herman's holding another copy of Wasteland in hand. The token on the board is an insect created by the Nantuko.
You're at 3, right? Play Caracas. As he shouts the Tamio. Give the germ pro black. Attack with trample 4.
I'll be on the play.
Bestow. Okay.
Okay, gonna bestow a Springheart Nantuko on a Springheart Nantuko. This could get crazy. Landfall trigger with the Mortuary, Surveil. And not paying, so we're just gonna get insects. Springheart Nantukos can get a little wild.
So it's 1, 2, 3.
Attacking for 3. Herman will take it. Herman accepts.
Another clue. Sure.
Herman makes another clue with the attack from Tamio, cracking a polluted delta, getting an underground sea. A lot of insects on the other side. These attacks are going to start hitting pretty hard. The Death Shadow deck, as most of you are aware, likes losing life, but can't go down to 0. So you have to be careful here. All right, here's the Psychic Frog. Gets thrown onto the table. That is, it's something. Lots of MH3 action in this game. Alright, Fatal Push knocks out the frog. That's good news for Steven. It's going well here in game 2 so far, I think. Big attack. I believe that's an attack for 5?
Cast Reclaimer? Yep.
Elvish Reclaimer, okay. That could get kind of funky with the Springheart Nantuko as well. Let's get funky, Steven. Come on, let's do it. Let's get wild on stream today.
Let's start with a ponder.
Okay, Herman will start with a ponder. Tamio flipping could be pretty good. Tamio's plus ability would give attacking creatures -1/-0. These are 1/1 insects. 2/2 Spring Heart Nantuko. Wasteland. Don't think there's anything worth hitting right now. Make a clue. Sack a clue. And that is the third card. So Tamio flips. Plus it.
See if this wall stands up.
Herman hoping that Tamio can hold off the offense here for a while.
It'll just be a like 2 triggers.
Yeah, real. Yep.
That's a lot of cards.
A lot of cards in hand for Herman. That is for sure. Attack Tamio. Exalted. Tamio will end up at 1. There's a Spring Heart Nantuko bestowed upon another Spring Heart Nantuko. And that could get a little crazy. But nothing, no real action yet. Endurance. Could be proactively trying to shut off a Murktide. Force pitching Tamio. Okay, our endurance is countered.
Past you.
Oh, sorry, this goes in the graveyard. This goes in my hand.
Yes.
Gonna plus Tamio. Tamio vulnerable now still. Elvish Reclaimer can hit it pretty hard. If Elvish Reclaimer can be defeated here, Herman's in pretty good shape here in game 2.
14. Go ahead.
And I think if we can get a tiny glance at the hand just under me right here, it doesn't look like there's a Fatal Push or anything in hand. I saw a Psychic Frog. I believe there's another copy of Wasteland still. I might be wrong. But there's a whole bunch of cards in hand. It's kind of hard to see. Oh, maybe there's a Dismember? I can't tell. All right, second clue. That resolves. Just going to pass the turn. 1 clue left. So Tamio might get knocked out this turn.
Yep.
The Exalted from Noble Hierarch helping quite a bit.
Okay. Did you, is that shocked?
Yeah, so that matches one.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw.
And then, I will.
Tamio, Seasoned Scholar with 3 loyalty. Thinking about attacks.
I'll let the thoughts.
It looks like no matter how this game ends, it's gonna be a tight one. Not a lot of room for error, it seems.
Solitude Evoke. Down by water. Gain 6. Go to 8.
All right, bestowing a Spring Heart Nantuko on an already enchanted Spring Heart Nantuko. So there'll be a stack of 3 here. That's pretty funny. And that will be the attacker on Tamio. It's a 3/3 on its own plus Exalted, -1/-0. What's happening? Okay, Fatal Push. I was like, what just happened? All right, so an accidental reveal of a Death Shadow, but that is a Fatal Push on the Spring Heart Nantuko. It will die, and its 2 friends will stay on the battlefield as creatures. That's how Bestow works. Everybody drafted Theros, right? Everybody understands how this works? Ugh, sometimes you don't know with these legacy players. All right, sacking Mortuary to Reclaimer.
So I attack that. I'll try to
Should have done the center spot.
Oh, yeah.
Bajuka Bog you. All right. Gonna hold off the Murktide that could possibly be in hand a little bit longer.
Get bogged.
Sometimes you'll hear from legacy players stuff like, "What's bestow do?" And I just I want to quit.
missed attack for 2. This is 1. 15, right? Yeah, 15. I'm going to.
Cast Reanimate, target your endurance.
Reanimating endurance. That's going to resolve. Endurance can play some pretty good defense. And endurance will target Steven, so the graveyard will get shuffled, put on the bottom.
I'm just thinking.
Tamio pretty well protected now from really all of Steven's creatures. The Elvish Reclaimer is now back down to being a 1/2. Everything else, 1 power. And Tamio reduces power by 1 for all attackers. Chartwin just gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Chartwin. Appreciate that. Thank you, Chartwin.
7. I guess 5 can attack if they so choose.
There are 7 insects. 5 can attack. But they will get reduced to 0 power if and when they attack. So not a lot going on there. Endurance on defense. We're just going to pass the turn. Tamio will stick around. Another turn. Cracking the clue. Draw a card. Herman is stabilized here, and Tamio's ultimate is 7.
You're at 13.
Okay, a brainstorm for Herman.
Turn. Attack for 1. Play of 5. Okay, pass.
All right, there's the Death Shadow we accidentally knew about. It's a 6/6, and that's another great defender. Neon, thank you for the sub with Prime. 8 months for Neon. Appreciate that.
Draw Ponder.
Wow, we're getting so close to our sub goal. Again. That's amazing.
Attack for 1.
Okay, activating Reclaimer here, sacking Bajuka Bog. We're going to get some insects. Gaia's Cradle will be able to make an unbelievable amount of mana. Verdant Catacombs getting cracked. At the end of the day, Steven has a lot of blockers. So this will be interesting. There's Underground Mortuary once again. We're going to surveil.
Keeping on top.
On top.
Okay, Wasteland on the Gaia's Cradle. Pass the turn now.
Might.
Yeah.
Alright, he's at 3/4 again.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So
Herman is tapped out, but looks like Herman does have a Fatal Push in hand. And a Reanimate, it looks like.
Untap, upkeep, keep it off.
Harry Houdini just gifted a sub. 119 now on the channel for Harry Houdini. Number 4 on our all-time leaderboard. Thank you, Harry. One of our best people. And Harry just gifted 2 more, and our sub goal was completed. Thank you, Harry. Appreciate that. We did it again, folks.
Trigger target your bottom.
damage happens, so you'll just take 4.
Trigger priority.
Thank you for the love, everybody. Thank you for the subs.
Damage for 2.
It's like damage.
Big fat check coming in from Twitch. Yeah. Yeah.
Untap, keep, no, take up, draw. Okay.
Green Sun for 1. X is 1, so we're going to search for a 1-drop. It will be Ignoble Hierarch, trying to get those exalted triggers.
Pass 2.
I will force the will, pitching force engagement.
All right, my camera's about to get knocked out.
Snag a creature.
Tried. we do what we must.
No take up, keep, draw.
Alright, well, the brick wall will continue to grow. We gotta build a wall.
So my mistake was I needed 0 in my hand. I didn't have a green card.
Okay, Tamio has plussed again up to 9. Need that plus to reduce all the 1 power attackers to 0 power if and when they attack.
Pass.
Pass to you for 1.
Passing the turn. I'm back for now.
And then turn activate. Look list, trigger cards.
Cast Tamio.
Tamio, Inquisitive Scholar. Gonna minus Tamio, the Planeswalker version.
And
Endurance.
Yeah.
go to combat? Sure. Second 8 phase?
Minus 7 is draw cards equal to half the number of cards in your library rounded up. You get an emblem. You have no maximum hand size.
Have no creatures.
Figuring out how many cards are in the library right now.
There's 41 cards. Going to 20.
Pass.
Draw 20.
21.
Yeah, Bowmasters would have been great.
How many cards in?
2. Use this to represent the
Fetch choice.
Okay, that art card or whatever will represent the Tamio emblem that says you have no maximum hand size. So after a draw 20 or draw 21, I missed what Herman said there. We have a lot of cards in hand, and this still is not over though. Somehow. All right, this other Tamio will then flip. Another Tamio goes into the graveyard. Could have just swapped those, but we did it the hard way. So Tamio will plus, give -1, -0 to the attackers once again. Herman is at 7 life, so needs this Tamio to keep ticking up to stay alive, most likely. There are 13 insects, 1/1 insects on Steven's side. We might be getting ready for a big attack with the frog.
So I'm going to pay 4 life to dismember.
Dismembering the endurance, and that is the match. Okay, so we had a removal for the endurance after all. We're just figuring out the sequencing there. That is the match. Herman gets it. GG's. What a match that was. That was an interesting one. Thank you for everybody's subs. We completed the hype train, 9 subs. Thank you, thank you. Let's set up another poll for the chat, shall we? Which match next? Options will be Bant Control versus Blue-Black, or Dreadnought versus Blue-Black, or Ruby Storm versus Blue-Black, or Grixis Delver versus Mono Black, or Five-color Beanstalk versus Blue-Black Reanimator. Two minutes. Magic Ad says Tameo Frog, very good. Yeah, Tameo and the Frog, both pretty good cards. Really neat cards for Legacy. All right, poll is live in the chat. Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. All right, votes are coming in about a minute and a half. People will try to rig this poll using channel points. We'll see how that goes. The Puma says, finally made it to a stream after watching exclusively on YouTube. Thank you, The Puma, for being here. This is the real show, after all. We have most of our audience over on YouTube, but this is the real show. Almost out of time, about 30 seconds for this poll. Vote now in the chat which match we will watch next. The options are up on your screen. And you can rig the poll using your channel points as usual. Let's see what the Twitch chat wants. If you've ever been watching on YouTube and thought to yourself, why are we watching this right now? It's because of the chat. They vote for what we're watching. All right, we are out of time. Dreadnought versus Blue-Black. Harry contributed 1,600 channel points. Thank you, Harry. Let's do it. Let's do it. Diving in. Left side of your screen, we have Dreadnoughts. That would be Audrey. No, I'm sorry. Left side of your screen is, I had it backwards. Alec on Demir. And on the right side, we have Audrey with Dreadnought. We're up and running here. Mishra's Bobble resolving. Polluted Delta getting cracked.
Yeah, we'll roll here in a sec. What's your roll of preference? High roll. Alright, I'll play. Got it. No.
There's Tameo. Seen Tameo a whole bunch here on stream. Card's popular. Okay, the draw and upkeep happen after the draw step, but that's okay. Swords of Plowshares on Tameo. Daisy back.
0. Go ahead.
I'm over.
Tamio's gone. We've seen Tamio be the MVP of a few matches recently on stream. Card's good. Get it off the table. Replay the basic island, pass the turn. Okay, cycling Troll of Khazad-dûm.
I wonder what you're playing. Does it mulligan well?
I think so. Yeah, I think it does. There's a lot of
These Dreadnought decks do carry stifles, so have to be careful. Basic swamp. Immune from Wasteland so far.
Tiger mulligan. Alright, that goes back.
Yep.
Reanimate the troll. Sure.
Reanimate, targeting Troll of Khazad-dûm. That resolves.
Go ahead.
Find Mike's spot.
Oh boy.
Yeah, right? Pretty cool.
Troll of Khazad-dûm, quite a clock, as all of you are aware. 6 power, can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Ponder now for Audrey. It's a Ponder shuffle. Might be looking for an answer to the troll. This Dimir deck, no scam package that I'm aware of. There are several different blue-black X tempo decks running around these days. The one that Alec is playing likely has Tamio, Nethergoyf. Okay, Stifle on the Wasteland. Troll of Khazad-dûm, which we see right now. Bowmaster, Psychic Frog. Those are the kind of creatures we might see. No Delvers.
Sure. Cool. Very cool. Draw. Thunder Nexus. 7 mana. I'll filter. Oh, is that how that works there? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna filter one of them into green. Yeah. So I have 6, so I'll kick this. And I'll exile a Bayou.
Okay, a Brainstorm for Audrey. Draw 3. Audrey's in the chat, says I don't remember this match. Yeah, this was 5 years ago. Okay, another Ponder that resolves.
I was thinking about the logistics of an attack. Attack cost. I will attack you for 3.
Oh, right. Because then you can sacrifice the. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Troll gets in. Audrey down to 7. Troll attack and a Bowmaster could end this. Another creature on the board. Undercity Sewers, Surveil. Troll into the graveyard.
Play the forest and the 1. Okay. And tap it to draw a card? Sure.
Okay, Floodstone getting cracked. Find a basic plains. Needs a way to get rid of this troll right now. It's presenting lethal. The Troll of Khazad-dûm. Brainstorm, looking for it. I didn't see anything there. Looked like Doorkeeper Thrall, Null Drifter, and Force of Will. That is the game. Alec takes game 1.
It's not doing much though against you. What is it? 4 point?
This is not doing much. Tap with green, right? Yeah, I don't have any of my. You're not gonna help me out here, right?
And filter.
Okay, 1 card on the bottom. Polluted Delta pass.
You're still at. You're at what now?
16.
16 because the ring.
Yeah.
Okay, Stifle on top of the library. Mishra's Bauble. Uh-oh. Fetch and responds to a fetch. Maybe there was another Stifle in hand. Land destruction.
Yep. Sure. No.
That was on top. I know, right? That's why I was looking at like, what is it?
Has to.
Draw and upkeep.
All right, the draw and upkeep happens, and we've passed to Audrey. Plays a Prismatic Vista, passes the turn.
Play another Cloudpost. And pass the turn.
Oh, this is the one that makes mana. Okay.
Cracking the Prismatic Vista. Basic Plains. Dreadnought decks have been popular at the locals these days. People trying out Null Drifter. Just having some fun with that. There's Doorkeeper Thrall.
You have 3 cards?
Okay.
Doorkeeper Thralls does stop the ETBs of key creatures in the format these days, like Grief, Traxa, Arcana of Cruelty, all the Death and Taxes creatures. But also stops your Phyrexian Dreadnought from having its ability as well. Alright, it gets Force of Will, though.
Yeah. Oh, the natural origins.
Bowmaster.
3 green cents.
Oh my god.
When you cast the
Right.
thing, it's
Yeah, I
not
was
2.
deliberating
I was
about
like,
it.
oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah.
Please don't.
Tameo, Inquisitive Student.
I would have could have died the turn after whatever happened.
Yeah, tracks or all the tracks, yeah.
Respond to the fetch. I'll respond.
Right, main deck, place slash.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Swords to Plowshares on Tameo.
I'll go after you.
I mean, the deck doesn't normally run that, so you shouldn't have.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a recent addition.
Meticulous Archive, Surveil.
So?
Yeah, that is cool.
I usually bring like a jacket just because they're so rewarding.
You can also see sometimes that these Dreadnought decks run 4 Dress Down. They can get you with Dress Down, or they can, as we've seen in a few games on stream recently, Dress Down on your end step. It lasts through the end of their turn, and deploy 1 or 2 Dreadnoughts on their turn, or Null Drifter, which can be pretty mean. This deck is capable of some big plays, is the point. This is a game where both players just have lands on the battlefield at this point, but that could change quickly.
What else is in there that's just blank?
Yeah, that card's not in.
Oh, okay. Not even as a 1-hit?
Null Drifter's Annihilator 1 ability puts an enormous amount of pressure. There's the dress down. Okay, so flashing in a dress down on end step.
But people are off that because the sideboard they're doing ball.
Oh, that makes sense. But you can't green sun for all. But I guess it's better game one. Or after all play, other problems. Yeah.
Okay, flashing in a Bowmaster, ping you in response. It will lose its ability once dress down is on the board. So Audrey is free to cantrip here.
Natural Art kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a common line. Like a Fiend Artisan for Shepherd and then Natural Art.
Alright, dress down just goes away. I was wondering if there was going to be a banger hitting the board there. Either Dreadnought, Null Drifter. An attack for 2. Bowmaster's ability is back up and running.
Yeah, it's really good. You're good.
That is a polluted Delta. Brainstorm.
Yeah, okay, this. Oh.
There are cards that I don't want in my hands.
Oh, you want to find the other one.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so look for somebody
Okay, Ponder resolves. There will be a ping from Bowmaster here. Tameo, Inquisitive Scholar on the board.
Right.
Alright, just passing the turn. 3 power now on the board, and Tameo can start making some clues. Potentially Tameo could flip. Let's see how this goes. Okay, holding back Bowmaster knows that Doorkeeper Thrall is a threat. It does have flash and is a 1/2. And would profitably block Bowmaster, so that's a smart play there. Make a clue.
Cards in there?
Wow.
4 cards in hand for Audrey. Here's a Grief. Maybe we'll get a look at what's in Audrey's hand. Daze.
Oh, there it is. That looked good. You can shuffle those.
Oh, all right. So not choosing to fetch and pay for Daze. Pass the turn. Triumph of St. Catherine. Revealed Miracle Trigger on the stack. Casting it.
Results.
Triumph of St. Catherine is on the board. Where's Force of Phil? Somebody call Force of Phil. Let him know what's going on here. 5/5 lifelinker, not too bad. Tameo attacks. Make a clue.
Right, I think already taps for 2, right? Oh, yeah.
Yep, sure. On the green side.
Alright. Bit by the bug. Feels appropriate.
I don't want you finding a move for something this turn. Yeah.
Targets.
Reanimate targeting Grief. Force of Will, pitching Daze. Stopping the Reanimate. Psychic Frog. Round of applause for the frog. People are liking the frog. For now. For now. Attacking with the Triumph of St. Catherine. It will allow Audrey to gain some life and deal 5 damage. Two clues on the board. I believe Alec is now Hellbent.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
18 force. 17. Oh, right.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you not want me to
plus a ping. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I gain 5.
Okay, life total check here. Player's just making sure this is all correct. Can't really tell what's written on Alex's pad, but figuring it out.
I think so, yes.
Okay, looks like the phone had the life totals correct. Passing the turn.
Did you do math? Sorry.
So exciting.
Go ahead.
Just do this
11. Sugar.
Yeah, I think I just want to slow down.
Undercity Sewers, Surveil. Left it on top. Must be good.
I think if you had Wasteland, you'd just waste one instead of playing that. So I'll sack that. Sure.
Triumph of St. Catherine gaining 5 life a turn is somewhat of a problem. Psychic Frog cannot get very big right now. Attacking with Psychic Frog, attacking with Tamio, that makes sense. Attacking with everybody. Not worrying this time about the possibility of Doorkeeper Thrall. Draws a card off the Psychic Frog. 3 clues now. Sack a clue, that will trigger Tamio. Tamio will flip. Stifle that ability. Okay. Tamio will stay put right where it is. No flip.
That's a card I should have taken out.
Grief. Sure.
All right, reanimate Grief. Going down to 7. The last card in hand is discarded. It was a Force of Will. So we have a blocker. Psychic Frog. Okay. Some pretty good cards were put on the table that turn.
There, that is. Are you still I'm still. I love it.
Okay, block, discard a reanimate to grow the Psychic Frog, and Psychic Frog, Grief, Triumph of St. Catherine all die. Triumph of St. Catherine's trigger happens. It gets shuffled into what would be the top 7 cards of the deck. So it will be sitting on top of the deck for now, within the top 7 cards. Wow. Very official, everything that's going on.
Draw a step. I'll draw 7, you draw 9.
Oh, 9. Wow. Let's go.
Tamio attacking, make a clue. 3 clues now.
Cards. This is a creature. Yeah.
The whole team coming in.
Wow, I literally said it's all in.
All right. Andre reminding to draw a card. You can't win, Andre, if you're reminding your opponent to draw a card. Come on. You gotta win. Tamio. It will plus.
Okay. Cool.
That's all I can think. That's why it's with the flip.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, just making a land drop and conceding the match. Alec gets it. GG's. That was Wrath of the Skies. That would have been nice. GG's. Wow. Magic the Gathering, everybody. Magic the Gathering. Okay. Stick around for a raid, everybody. You'll get some channel points for sticking around for a raid. That wraps it up for me for this week. I hope everybody has a nice weekend or the rest of their week. And I'll see everybody next week. Peace out. Stick around for the raid.